Hello, candidates. My name's Grant Ermis. For those of you who don't know me, I wanted to take a real quick opportunity to welcome you to the school year. Of course, you already know that we're off and running, but there are a few things that I wanted to make sure we got out to everybody in a consistent message. So, first off, welcome. You've started into your program, and we can see through Moodle that a majority of you have already been well involved in getting started on your assignments, and some have even started submitting things prior to the October 1 deadline. Please make sure that you're keeping up to date with your tasks and different due dates that you have on Moodle. That's going to be your central location for all sorts of information, including messages from your region facilitators. So, a couple of things that we want to make sure you know about. First off is the fact that this induction program is intended to cater specifically to you and your needs. And it was developed so that way it wasn't a burden to you. So that means that the relationship that you have and establish with your mentor should be a beneficial one, and that the work that you're doing should complement the work that you already do as an agriculture teacher. Of course, since we are a state mandated program, we have to fit in certain obligations. So that's why you're going to see a certain amount of paperwork required, but we want to ensure you that it's all intentional and that the purpose of an induction program is just to bring you into the profession in a knowing fashion, so that way hopefully you can stay in for a number of years. So with that, remember that Moodle is going to be your central source for all sorts of information, and it will house all of your assignment information over the course of the year. Your region facilitator should be going through some of this at your region meetings. For those of you who have already had your region meetings, you've had an opportunity to connect directly with your region facilitator and get some clarification on assignments and so forth. So if you have any questions relative to Moodle on the tech side, you can either forward them to me or to Mike Spees, our technology coordinator, and hopefully we can get those wrapped up and solved for you in a pretty quick amount of time. Otherwise, like I had mentioned, region meetings are coming up here pretty quick. If you haven't had your region meeting yet, please make a note on one big important thing, is that the time that you'll spend with your region facilitator should be above and beyond the agenda of your regularly scheduled region meeting. The reason for this is so that way we have an opportunity to touch base with you, and we also use this meeting to count for your brandman units should those be something that you want to move forward with. Please keep in mind that the region meeting is fairly well required, because we need to make sure that we touch base with you face to face, especially if you hadn't had an opportunity to come to an orientation session at summer conference. We need to make sure that we're connecting with you and that you're not just connected with your mentor. So make sure you're attending those region meetings. If for some odd reason you're not able to attend, please get a hold of your region facilitator, who will be able to help you with any information and supplemental assignments that you're going to need to complete. Otherwise, getting into those assignments, you'll see that there's a slew of things on there, and an important note is that every single thing builds off of each other. So this year starts with an ILP, effectively called an Individualized Learning Plan. This is where you lay out your goals for the year. Hopefully this is something that you would do as a regular teacher anyways, and you'll notice that a majority of your mentors have goals coming into the year anyways. We're just documenting them. The weekly conversation logs are going to be the point where you touch base between yourself and your mentor on a regular basis. So keep those rolling, and you'll submit those at the first of the month with other assignments that are due. I'll take this opportunity to recognize that all of your assignments, though they're laid out on Moodle, you can find the due dates in a succinct place on the Candidate Assignment Index. Otherwise, other assignments that you have due on Moodle through the course of the year, and especially this fall semester, are your administrator meeting. This should be an opportunity for you just to touch base with your administrator, so that way you have a point of contact. It's not uncommon for you to already have established this relationship. So now we're just making sure that you're asking questions that are appropriate and establishing that relationship in a meaningful fashion. So hopefully, if they're not already, they can be involved in your agriculture program throughout the course of the year. The next assignment is your evidence assignments. These are pretty well built to get an idea for what you're doing and make sure that you're able to show us what you're doing in your classroom, what you're doing in your program, what you're doing with FFA and SAE, and you'll document those and submit those assignments at the end of each semester. Keep in mind, this isn't something that can be easily done if you're the procrastinator. So take your time, step it out, work on it with your mentor, and make sure that you've got everything that you need. You can always reach out to me or region facilitators to help you with some of that information. Otherwise, we've got observations. You'll have one observation per semester by your mentor, and your mentor is in charge of completing that paperwork in part with you, but also submitting that to Moodle. Keep in mind too that everything builds off of your ILP. So when we look back at the mentor observation, that whole observation is based off of the goals that you establish in your ILP. That ILP is due October 1st, so you want to make sure that takes pretty good priority in your work process with your mentor. Otherwise, for those of you who are in on a designated subject or a CTE credential, we have a couple of extra things that you'll see up on Moodle. You'll have specific access to that other teachers won't, and your region facilitator should be able to walk you through some of those requirements that are unique to clearing a designated subject credential. The last thing that I'll mention about assignments is that some people have been asking for exemplars or things to go along with the assignment templates so you can kind of see what's expected of you. In most cases, your facilitator and your mentor should be able to walk you through what's expected and how to complete those documents. But in the coming few weeks, you'll see things pop up in addition to the templates that are examples of what these assignments could look like. So stay tuned for those, and remember, those are just examples. Those aren't things for you to copy over and follow verbatim. They're general ideas of what we're looking for when we're grading these things. And you'll notice that our grading rubrics are pretty straightforward. With the exception of a couple of assignments, we want to see some depth from you on if you've appropriately answered questions. If you've done that, then you should be able to get these assignments completed pretty easily. So that brings me into a few reminders coming into the year. Remember that CATIP is pretty well integrated into everything that you normally do as an ag teacher. So the first thing for new teachers is to remember the New Professionals Institute. This happens in Fresno. This year will be November 7th through the 8th. We highly encourage you to go. I can tell you from experience, and the same with your facilitators and mentors, that the New Professionals Institute is an opportunity for you to take a break from the classroom at a much needed time, and not just take a break for a mental purpose, but just to reconnect with your peers and learn some new things that you can take back into the classroom, implement right away before the end of the semester, and then continue as you get into January and what we might term as the spring madness. So try and get registered for that, and let us know if you need any help. The other couple logistics, housekeeping things, if you have not done so already, please make sure that your candidate intake form has been completed and sent to Angie Gresham at Sutter County Superintendent of Schools. Her contact information is located on that form, and let us know if you need any help. Additionally, we want to make sure that you get ahead of the ball and try and complete your unit request forms. For those of you who know you would like to receive units for this induction program through Brandman University, you can complete those forms on Moodle, and your mentor or facilitator should be able to help you out with those things. Other than that, I think that we've basically got you all set up for the beginning of the year. So make sure if you have any questions, reach out to your region facilitator and or myself, any of the program administration, and we can help you through. But have a great start to the school year. Enjoy those COLCs and other things that you're going to do in your chapters. And remember, out of everything, take an opportunity for yourself, take an opportunity for a break, and you'll do great this year. Take care.